Hey there, everybody. Today is December 8th. We've got about an inch of snow in the forecast. It'll be our first real accumulation of the season. Still not sure how long that snow will stick around, but we are over by the chicken yard looking at a bed that is roughly 300 square feet on the side here. We expanded it slightly this season. I'll zoom in here. You can see some of these little sticks poking out of the ground now. There's another one right there. Those are Monarda didyma, bee balm. Those are an extra herbaceous layer to partner with and work alongside the borage, squash, and strawberry that make up the herbaceous layer in this bed. The intention of this one, when we first started building it out, was to take some aromatics and some berry producers, some other berry producers. I have gooseberry and goji berry interplanted alongside lavenders and Jerusalem artichoke as you get further down into the bed. And there's a nice big patch of yarrow in that little clump right over there. But today's video is kind of about just what we're doing with the last of these guys. And last year, when I put the lavender to bed for the winter, I left it very much like this, scraggly, letting it die back naturally, go to sleep naturally. Senesce is the word. And in between all of these little branches, if I come overhead, those three sticks right there, these guys, it's actually a goji berry planted here-ish, I think. I think that's about where it goes. But all of these shoots from them have been tip layered in because we have seen encouraging results from doing that with some of the other gojis that we have on site. But so, with the lavenders at least, last season I let them get and stay like this, and it took them a very, very long time to wake up this spring. It took them a very, very long time to leaf out at all. We had buds on there for about a month, and I was concerned that something was going wrong. And in speaking to a few friends, they had similar issues. One of them owns one of the nurseries nearby, and so he and I decided that we would take a few of these plants and cut them back a little vigorously, so find a good example for us all. So lavender will root from woody stems. I think they have to be more than a season old. I don't think that a 1-year-old plant would necessarily have the right amount of woodiness to it, but this is not something that I have a whole lot of information on. So we're just going to cut some of this back and bury them in with the leaves that I've got here and insulate them further to get some of this snowpack to be the last little bit of blanket for them before they go to sleep for the rest of the season. So, hang on just a second, I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, we are back. It may be a little tough to see exactly what I've done, but you can see a couple of cuts right in there. I feel like this will give a good indication. You can see I've not really cut back a huge amount. I'm not looking to stunt them. I'm just looking, and this is my theory, I'm looking to promote a response to an artificial browse right before winter. And I'm hoping that that will stimulate root growth in the leaf litter over winter as the soil warms and cools. And I'm hoping that I will be able to dig down a little bit into this come spring when the ground is workable again and have adventitious roots forming in these pockets here. You can see this is frozen pretty solid, but I think that with a little extra layering we can really get this going. So, got some gloves on. I'm going to spill my bag over. And one of the things that I want to make sure I'm doing is kind of giving a base to them so that there is something to break down towards and to move down into. But also, I'm going to come in and mound up around and maybe in between some of these guys too. So just a little bit, you can see kind of what I'm doing. So everybody's got kind of a little bit of pocket for themselves. And this will be the pattern that we're repeating as we go. And I see that I've got a few over in here, so I'm going to sneak some leaves in. More over the top. My goal is not to cover this entirely so that I can find them more easily come spring, but also so that they are not just completely sandwiched in something that might get a little soggy as they go. Got a big gap right down in here. So this is the pattern. I'm going to go through, repeat it on that side, and go on down the line that way. Get everything just a little bit more mulched in. The hope is that, I know it's hard to see, there's another little goji plant right in there. So I'm hoping, and the goal and the plan for this space is berry production and a whole slew of several working layers of food forest niches with an easily accessed harvest space so that we can train from the main installations out this way for us to use back in the woods or in the gardens or in the uphill food forest area that we're planting out and growing. But then we can also train them that way and eventually work them into and through the chicken space so that the chickens can forage and enjoy themselves as they bip and bop around in their run when they choose to be in there, but in a way that leaves the plants protected from overbrowsing or their more abusive scratching habits. So that is the plan for this space. This is now 2 years old, I want to say. So I'm hopeful that next year we will have a real explosion of growth from some of the tip-layered gojis and from all of the yarrow and borage that are self-seeding and just continuing to spread in this area as well. The strawberries weren't crazy, but we can always find new varieties and just kind of interplant them as we spread any prolific runners to new spaces to help with the herbaceous layer there. So that is our goal for today. You can see just how gorgeous it is. I love the snow. Just not when I'm gardening. That's it for us today, guys. We've got a few more things to do. If I've got free time, I might go to the mill up the road and grab some sawdust for the birds, just to have a little extra stash right now. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you're well. I hope you're taking time to make the most out of your garden spaces. And until next time, happy planting.